What's up, everybody? You got me, Johnny Brento, aka Brent Bowers, aka Disciple3D, working some Daz Studio tonight, building some HDRIs with our good buddy and oftentimes co-pilot, Reggie the Reginator.
Hey, everybody.
What's going on, dude?
Nothing much. It's just a nice Thursday in San Antonio.
San Antonio. A lot of songs about San Antonio, or at least where it's mentioned, right?
Yeah, quite a few.
So what I'm doing right here is I'm creating some HDRIs, and when I get them, I'm basically setting them up, turning them into HDRIs from the source imagery, which I've already pulled earlier, and then I'm making my thumbnails, and I'm trying to make the thumbnails kind of appealing to sort of tell a tale that you can use these to have different kinds of stuff that's realistic looking. And to that end, I'm going to have this little guy, Genesis 8 male, in my thumbnails. So what I'll do, I'm redoing these to have like a guy. He's going to be doing something different. So here, obviously that pose makes no sense. So I want a smart content with him selected. I'll go poses. I'll check filter by context. I'll expand this out and go by function. And I want a shot of him either running or walking. There's laying as well. But I don't know. Let's see if there's one for a nice... that's a Genesis 8 female. I don't know if I want to put him. Oh, here we go. Here's one for the male. Alright, so let's try this. Now the trick here is to kind of get the character in the right spot and the HDR in the right spot. It's all kinds of stuff you can do to make it work. But it's always best if you can move your actual figure instead of just trying to spin around to get it right on the HDR, because to move the HDR you need to rotate it, and you don't want to keep doing multiple variables. So in this case, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to move the figure, going to kind of turn him, because I can sort of see a thing where he can be laying on the beach here, right?
Mm-hmm. Or in the water.
Yeah, just kind of moving him around. And so there's a shadow. That's kind of cool. Maybe just drop him down a little more. Go back with this preview. Now we can start rotating them. So this is kind of an interesting shot. Arms we need to go back a little bit. Kind of like that. Same deal over here. And I'm doing something unique for each one of these. I've never done this before. Usually I just go with like a sphere or something that shows it off real good. And there's a lot to be said for spheres as well. But I think that's kind of cool, kind of compelling, you know. So one thing, it'll make a little brighter render using the perspective. If you use your camera, it's going to work a little bit different with regards to how you move things. So sometimes one might be easier than the other. Although in this case the camera looks fine. So right here I can see that, like, I find that these need to be cranked oftentimes. So you can crank them to your heart's content, really, as long as you don't lose the detail. See, I'm starting to lose the detail right there. Now trust me when I say there's a fine-tuning that's perfect for this render in here, but sometimes, just to make my life easier, I would, in this case for example, instead of doing all this dialing in on the actual intensity of the preset, that looks pretty good right there, I probably would just go with perspective. If the perspective camera were quick and easy, because this is just a thumbnail. You don't have to do anything too special. Yeah, so there we go. So now I'm going to go into here and I'm basically rewriting the summers in. I'm just going to like, this right here is what we got. Just overwriting that real quick. And actually I was already on to the third one, you know, when this idea occurred to me, Reggie. So never too late to go back and make a product look a little better if you can. Presentation's everything.
Absolutely.
The more that your product looks like something that will sell, the greater it's going to be embraced by wherever you're trying to sell it. If they're buying outright, probably the better chance you have of getting a good sale. And or if you're selling, to direct clients, then obviously you can't do enough in regards to lending the appeal of one-click lighting and background. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how that turned out. Back to Daz Studio, that looks pretty good. So it's unique. Now this is taking a little bit more time, but that's all right. So I'm going to go back to posing with this guy because I know I want him standing up. By function, action. I don't know. Here we go. Just Control D. There we go. And then we're going to go to this. Very different look. That's not a bad look right
That
there.
is a nice look.
I like this. Like he's actually kind of a strut there. I want that leg on the ground though. There we go. Much better.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool. So 17. 1, 7. I'm definitely hearing a chicken crowing. I don't know if that's somebody's phone indicator somewhere nearby, but it's dark already here, so that's what.
Actually, it's in my front yard.
So it's not dark there. I got you.
No, let's see. Yeah, we're about an hour difference.
Okay. Okay, so
7:07.
now I just want to point out one thing real quick. This one, I've got these pre-built cameras that go with pretty much all, and if we watch perspective down here, of course some of these aren't going to line up with every single HDR. That's camera 2, sorry. So camera 1. This one's a little bit different in that what I was driving at here is like there's some stuff above it to make it kind of an interesting thing here. So I would need a specialized camera like actually camera 5 is pretty close to what I need. There we go. Look right there. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So camera 5 will work probably pretty good too. So yeah, there you go. That's cool. I'm liking that. Anyway, moving on to the next one. I got one that's on like kind of a cool path through some vines. I have a convention I use when I process my photos. So this will be 15. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, that's less interesting than what I want to do right now. Okay, I think it's going to be like 12 or something. Let me look. Maybe 10. That's not it. Maybe 11. This one's pretty cool. But I think it's going to be number 9. I don't know. Yeah, this is the one that I thought was super cool. Check this out. Okay, so this is my process for converting them to HDR and cleaning them up, taking myself out of the picture. Okay, automate, merge to HDR Pro. You following right along making yours with Photoshop on your machine, Reggie?
Not quite, but I'll get there.
What number was this again? Dadgummit. Is it 9? I think it was 9. It's always exciting to see how it turns out when you pull it into Studio, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that. That looked really nice. I like that one too.
Well, I just changed the intensity down to 1 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he needs a new pose. Oh, that looks lame. Slightly less lame. So let's go. See, I just want to show like an interesting aspect of this one. Like, there's a lot to see if you look around them. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
they are 360, you know, so kind of make it look like he's running past the spot here. Let's see here. Oftentimes, I'll do multiple passes if I like the look of the background, you know, with less intensity, but I like the lighting more with more intensity. I will turn the limits off and get the render that I want from the person with the background removed. See, that looks great on him, but it's too bright on the others, right? So there's a happy medium there, but I sometimes will make 2 passes because you can see the green going up on them a little bit. That's kind of cool. Let's see here.
And that's just a normal background light to the HDRI, right?
What do you mean?
Okay, did you make that light in the background, or is
The
that just
the light is coming from the HDRI, the high dynamic range image.
okay?
That's what's creating the light in this case.
Oh wow.
Yeah, see how it's kind of it's almost got like a green hue on this light gray
Mm-hmm.
clay skin you can see, and that's the idea. It's just that
Yeah.
sometimes at working at a lower resolution, which is 6.5K, I mean it's high resolution for a small internet graphic, but if you were going to do something like huge, you know, there are higher resolution ones out there. The problem is when you start dealing with 8 and 16K and you don't have a super fast computer, it will make things very slow, so you couldn't do stuff like grab it and move it around with it rendering like I'm doing. That's the
Yeah.
reason you can. That's the reason I can animate these, and these animate super fast. Or render super fast for that matter. Animation's just, you know, obviously rendering over and over. Yeah, we should do an animation here in a minute just to kind of prove my point.
This is number 16 or number 9?
This is number 9, messing me up.
Okay.
Okay, and I did all that while I'm doing rendering the preview, so it's it just goes to show it's very lightweight. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So, all right, let's pick the next one. Let's go with number. Number 8. Let's see what you look like. That's just an open field with water around it. Number 7. This might be kind of interesting. Yeah, this is a really nice one. Let's do this one. Number 7. Just remind me that's number 7, okay?
Number 7, lucky 7.
Lucky number 7. I like that the tree kind of goes over. There was a white crane sitting right here. I was trying so hard to get it before it flew off. And crazy enough, one of the ones that I did over there in that last one in that area, there was one that was sitting in a tree. I didn't know it, and it took off after I hit the shutter. So it's probably in one of the photos. I have to just kind of check it to see. You wouldn't see it on the merged one, but like the sources, it would probably be there. I was gonna do a little photogrammetry, but I couldn't. But it was already too late in the day. The light was too harsh. You need to do that when it's like overcast outside.
Oh, okay.
Now this one I got out to the side because I was looking for a place to clone myself out where it would be all grass. You start getting over here into the dappled shadows and shit, and that's how you have difficulty. And I don't want to have difficulty. So, what number was this again?
Number 7.
There we go. I'll forget that myself. Ooh, I'm getting hungry now. No matter what, I'm going to go. I'm canceling my crappy Planet Fitness, and I'm going to Gold's tomorrow. No matter what, I'm doing that shit first thing in the morning.
Okay.
I'll just be paying. I'll just have to hate myself if I don't actually work out. If I don't actually work out, because that's a lot more than, you know. It doesn't hurt me paying $10 a month and not working out, but shit, paying $35 a month and not working out, that'd get with me.
Yes, I've been through that one. I was actually thinking about buying just a little simple weight set, setting it up just to do a little bit so I don't have to drive all the way into town.
Yep. Well, home's best, but like you don't have the thing about going to a gym for me that makes it easier is once I get there, I will do the workout. I'm not worried about that. It's the it's the getting my ass there part I have trouble with.
Exactly.
Actually, tomorrow morning I'm going to pick my buddy up that's having the problems from his traumatic brain injury. We're going to go walk at 9:30, and if he's up for it, I'm going to go straight from there and join Gold's. So we will see.
Okay. What, is Gold's having a deal right now?
Well, I mean, it's just we got new owners there, and they sort of act like they care. The other ones were great until they paid off their loan, and then, you know, man, the way they treated people really changed after that, and that's just the sad truth.
Yeah, they all smile until they get you in there, and then they don't have time.
Well, it was that classic thing, man. Let me do something here. I need to change this. Something's not looking great. It's too bright. pull down the exposure just a little bit. There we go. Yeah. They were good, and I tell you what, I was paying there for 7 years and not going. At that time, I was paying like $48,
Wow.
46. And one day, my son was getting to be like 15, wanting to work out with me, and and the owner's mother was the manager, and I get along good with her. I always have. And I said, hey, do I need to have a separate membership for Liam? She said, as long as he's not up until 16, he can just come with you for free. And I said, great. So I go, we do that, and then a couple months later, I'm in there, and you know, I took Liam in with me, and this girl ran up to me and said, "You can't do that. You got to pay for him." And I said, "Okay," but I said, you know, Sharon told me that we could, you know, he could come for free as long as he's with me up until he's 16. He's only 15, and she acted like I was just making it up. And she called, apparently said, well, she said she called her. And she may not have, but she said she called her and that she didn't remember saying that to me. I was like, that's cool. I don't remember agreeing to pay you people for, you know, 7 years and not come up here and use the place with me. So go ahead and cancel mine. That's what I did, and I haven't been back since. That's been a long time. Not good for me because I've fattened up quite a bit. Just trying to give this a little more color. It's a little washed out there. So you know everything I'm doing right now. You sort of recognize it, right, Reggie?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Seen the
Cloning
process.
and filling in areas. So you don't have that ghost in the back. There's no lines, and that's where you put the light in inside the sun.
Well, you know, an image taken with a single camera is never going to be perfect. You want to minimize the aberrations, and you know, there's things you can do like sharpening it up in certain places. I don't get too into this, but you certainly can. So, like, take for example right here, and hopefully I won't mess this up. Like, you see how the blowout here is kind of messed with the sharpness of it.
Yeah.
And I can go in here and grab this and just kind of loosely go around the things that I feel like are not sharp enough, and it kind of gets okay right here. And I mean, this might ruin it. I don't know. Filter, sharpen. It's unsharp mask that you want to run. Ironically, you're sharpening it, but it's called unsharp mask. And then you just kind of look at the result. Too much, too much, too much. Just a little bit. And see, it's kind of up in the sky. You're not going to be looking right at that spot. So radius level. And you just kind of delete it. And if you notice that, like, that was too much, right? So anyway, that's something you can do. I ain't doing it, but we can do it. Undo unsharp mask. There we go. So I'm about ready to save this, I think. And what was it? Number 7, right?
That's right.
Number 7, save as. I'm gonna mute 1 second here, guys.
Okay.
Oh, Pop gets the... That's fun. Getting fussed at.
Well, it's not fussing, it's just love.
Uh-huh.
If they didn't love you, they wouldn't fuss at you.
Oh, no, it's more like it's like the, you know, the support. They're not fussing at me for something I did. They're just wanting me to do for them all the time, which is fine, man. I mean, I'm tired right in this moment, you know. Long day at the studio. Like number 7, TIP 91. Let's see how that's looking. Oh, it's because I hadn't deleted that regular DUF. Delete. Now it should be cool. I don't know. Can't call it. Every time I drink, I drink like an alcoholic. Little Chantel West Coast for you. Chanel, not Chantel. I got a friend named Chantel. That's why I use that.
Oh, okay. I bet your new guitar sounds incredible, doesn't it?
Dude. If my hand weren't so blasted from playing it all day, I'd play something right now. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Loop de loop. So that was 7. Oh, well, you know, I just realized is like they are not seeing when I go to Photoshop. They are not seeing it.
Yeah, I'm actually just seeing the Daz.
So let me illustrate Photoshop. I've got it switched now, so we should be seeing Photoshop. So that's the one we just created. We'll go back to the folder where they're located.
Okay, there it is. Let's see the new scene.
And we'll go to, this is number 2. So what I do is I put them in a folder, process them into a folder, and then I name the merged image preview that my camera gives me. And then I name the folder. That way if I ever have to go back and re-edit, which happens sometimes, I don't have to like guess at which ones they are. Because sometimes if you took a bunch in one area, they can be quite similar. So now I'm just going to go to Automate, Merge HDMI, HDRI Pro, add open files. Okay. Oh great, some moron's going by with his bass just thumping.
I know down here in San Antonio, when they do that, they don't really soundproof their cars, so you hear the vibrations of the metal shaking, and it just sounds so bad. What I call a trashy sound. Seems like they got like coins in the bottom of the can and they set it on a speaker, like blah, 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 blah. Well, the sun's starting to set, so I imagine the chickens are going to be climbing up in trees.
Oh yeah. You got any chickens?
I don't have any personally, but there's a bunch of wild fighting roosters, a whole bunch of them over here in this area.
Well, shit, if you ever get looking for dinner, man, damn. Those. We went to when I was a kid, there was one summer that we decided we were going to start eating those because there was a bunch of them that had gotten loose from various farms, and they were just kind of like out in our trees and stuff. And, you know, it was on our property. I was like, shit, you know, like they're living out there eating our garden. Ain't no reason we can't harvest some of them, and we did, and they ate just fine.
Oh yeah, you can always tenderize chicken.
I'm still kicking because I'm eating chicken.
And chicken tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken, and chicken tastes pretty good. The hungrier you are, the better it tastes.
Most people think that, that especially up north, like New York and everything, they think chickens, they just crow early in the morning. I said, no, they crow all day and all night long. That's how they confuse the owls.
Honestly,
Speaking of
dude, like
owls.
I have a great respect for the chicken just because, like, I feel like God created that as a food source, and I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoy having them as kind of like pets when they're hens because, like, wow, talk about a great deal. You just give them a little bit of cheap food, and they produce all this protein, and then eventually when they stop
Yeah.
laying, you can actually eat them. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's a great deal. They get provided for. And when their usefulness is over, they become part of the circle of life. And don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad there's nothing making us part of the circle of life like that. But I'm just saying, a chicken, like anything that can live with its head cut off, it was put here to be food. I mean,
Yeah. You really think about it, birds actually descended from dinosaurs.
that's what they say.
Yeah, so I can think, back in the day when dinosaurs, they were at the top of the food chain, eating everything down. They stepped down a little bit. They regressed.
Hey, what folder did we do this in? Do you remember what number this was? Number 2,
It's
right?
number 2, yeah.
Okay, cool. Reg, I don't think I'm going to hang in for 17 of these tonight. I'm going to be honest with you. Kind of
I
feeling myself
understand.
starting to fade a little bit, Long day at the recording studio, long day.
Okay, on YouTube, I don't see your process that you're doing on Dash right now.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out. That's really great. How about now? Oh, that worked out perfect. I don't have to change shit about that. That works good.
There it is.
Look at that
It's
light.
there.
See, you can actually
Oh,
see,
yeah.
if you look close, you can see the light being reflected off of this, throwing that orange light up on it. Man, HDRIs are
Mm-hmm.
freaking cool, dude. I
Yeah, they are.
really like them. So number 2, and then that gets me all excited.
I remember the Cemetery Path. I put the werewolf in there.
Oh yeah.
Man. And I know the people out there don't know, but actually, that was the first time I actually started building scenes. So I just leave them in like an A-hole, so set the arms to the side and just render them blank.
Yeah, I mean the fun of this hobby is customizing it, and
Mm-hmm. Well, I customize the man girls and everything.
your manly girls.
Yeah, my Melly girls and the super Amazonian girls. Not to mention the laser babes. They're out there.
Laser babes. Oh, that's wrong. O2. But you see how fast that renders, man. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
shakalaka. If you're the kind of person that likes to move around in the viewfinder to find your scene, I mean, like 6K HDRIs are perfect. You need bigger than that, and it slows it down considerably. All right, so we'll switch back to Photoshop. We're going to go into the third, number 3. Yeah. All right, here we go. Man, the quality of light this time of year is so interesting to me. It's just a cooler light, you know. When you kind of get to the end of the summer and you're into autumn. Or I think it was just it was recently the last day of autumn, so we're in October right now. But the quality of light is very different. I like it better. It's clearer, less hazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is going to be a classic one right here. You could put a freaking dinosaur in this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. We're going to automate this. Automate it. First HDR Pro. So basically, I edited one accidentally when I was opening it, so I have to close them all and do all that again. Sorry. Open. Just gotta be careful.
And what number is this one going to be?
I believe this is number 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah, I spent the whole day in San Antonio, going all over town. From like 8:30 this morning to like about 4:30 this afternoon. And right when I was getting back, pharmacy calls, Mr. Hicks, we have a pharmacy prescription to pick up. I was going, oh no, I was there all day. Don't worry, I'll pick it up tomorrow.
I saved that one before I did the process on it. We'll fix that. Let's see here. Man, the ability to clone is just so incredible.
Yeah, that's a real neat process right there.
Content overfill. Nope. That's pretty incredible. Just going back and hitting that one more pass to get any obvious cloned areas out is a good idea. Okay. We did a bunch of vocals today. Rewrote some lyrics to one song that we're doing.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty cool. Made it a little bit more meaningful. We said 3, right? Oh yeah, we've already saved that one. I forgot. Almost forgot. Woo. All right. So switch back over to Daz Studio. Go into here. This here. Change the environment map. Point it to 3. Make the preset when it looks right. Oh shit, that don't look bad either. Let's go down here. Change the rotation. I got a phone call. Let me mute you while I'm doing this.
Okay.
Hello. Hi. Oh, Miss. Well, hopefully all that crap wasn't on the on the stream. Oh my word. Oh my word.
Nope, they didn't hear a sound. Actually, I left and came back. They never came back.
That was my mom catching up.
Oh, okay.
She's away at her sister's right now.
How's she doing? Good?
She's doing good, and that's one kind of what she does when she gets stressed out. Is my daughter lives with her now, and my granddaughter's going through teething right now, and so it was that number 4. Do you remember?
That I don't know, to be honest
I
with
believe
you,
it was
because
4. I'm gonna call
I
it.
left at 3.
Anywho, now I will say this. I should have avoided this. I should have paid more attention because breaking the sun up between two sides, like letting the scene fall in the sun or like in the middle of a tree, I try to generally avoid that. So I screwed up on that, but that's okay. We can still make it work. Okay, so
You can clone one sun out, right?
you don't want to do that because it would be obvious.
Okay.
You can do stuff like that, but it's a lot more work. You don't want to do that.
Okay.
Man, you're gonna be an expert on HDRIs.
Can't wait.
4. Okay, cool. Let's look at this. That's cool. Let's give him a new pose. Yeah.
Waiting to see when the dash screen comes up on YouTube.
Oh, sorry. Thanks for that.
No problem.
There we go. I'm actually restoring this figure because I changed his rotation and stuff. It gets a little bit hard to follow.
And there he is. Very nice shot.
Cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is looking good. Nice color, nice light, not too bright, not too dark. Ra, the sun god.
I had to look at that Stargate about a week or so
Oh,
ago.
I love Stargate, dude.
I know, I
You
never
get
get
me on
tired
some
of it.
Stargate, boy. I love me some Stargate.
I used to watch the series.
I own the entire series. I've watched it. It doesn't hold up as well as you might think, but I tried to go back and watch the whole thing. But now, actually, it's getting so cheap, I might end up buying it digital so I can systematically do that when I'm here at work.
Oh, okay.
That ain't what I'm trying to do. Look at that. I almost saved a pose. I'm trying to save a render preset here. Yo! That's what's up when I'm tired. Let me see here. My wife is supposed to be. She left me out too long. Whew! Hang on a second. Let me see here. Okay. Hello there.
Hello. This is how I have to wash the dogs. Listen, I was like, I had like a blanket, and I was trying to figure out like how am I going to tie her to my back because I didn't know where this was. I was like.
Bye-bye. Bye. 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 She can say bye really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is ready to save to the right folder. Save as. Woo! Baby. Ooh.
It's around 9 o'clock your time, right?
Yes, sir. That's precisely what time it is. Number 5. Woo! So now the time has come and I face the final curtain. Alright, Brento. Let's find another pose.
Okay, you move to Daz.
Yes. So I just set it up in here. And now I'm looking at the dome rotation.
There he is.
I don't want to have the exact same camera angle every time, so that's cool. You see how fast and liquid that moves? That's because it's not super. That's because it's not super high res. If I change this to 2, just plain old 2, that might look a little better. Yep, it's because you can kind of blow out the background. All right, so let's go back here. Number 5, save as 5. Render presets. Number 5. Man, I'm gonna go watch some cable and eat whatever she's got me, and it's gonna be nice. In the morning, I'm going to walk out with my buddy Larry. Then I'm going to join the gym. Then I'm going to watch Delilah and hang out tomorrow. Then tomorrow night, I'm going to try to finish this up and get my set list. We're doing a show on October 31st here at the store for our grand opening. We're going to try to do a live stream too.
Oh, okay, great.
Now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. Okay. And I'm going to try to come up, if I have time, I'm going to try to set up a scene, another overnight scene for the Steam Jack.
Oh, okay.
I was pretty happy with
yeah, that one image came out
how those
great.
turned out.
You should show the people that one.
Yeah, I might do that before we end the stream here. Okay, number 5. Well, the old necks hurt. Been bent over playing and massaging all week, you know, and so I'm starting to feel it right now. That looks good.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next one would be 6. Shit, we might get this done if she don't hurry up. So we'll go to number 6. 6 alive, 6 alive. Number 6. Oh, here's the one where those cranes were above me. Check this out. I'm gonna show you something here. Let me go to desktop. Let me go to desktop so you can actually see this.
Okay.
Check this out. They were above me, and I get down, and when I hit the shutter on the camera, that's when I heard them. So let's see here. So we'll just go through the whole thing with the photos feature. You can see my photos here.
Yeah, I see them.
All right, watch this. See that? You see it in the tree? They're coming out of the tree.
Oh, yeah.
Scared the shit out of me. Woof, woof, woof.
Wow.
I didn't realize at the time I only saw one of them, but there was 2 of them, and they're flying in stereo. So it was twice as loud. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And actually, I got one good one right there, which I'm gonna make my freaking wallpaper and mess with it later.
Uh-huh.
Actually, you know what? No, I won't. Because I can. I'm curious to see what this does if I don't take the ghosting. I'm curious to see what Photoshop actually does.
Okay, like running a test on it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
See if it'll take it out or whether
yeah, and
it'll.
see what it does. Let's do that. So we'll go.
Okay.
You can see Photoshop now, right?
Yeah.
Merge to HDR Pro, all files. Now, there's a thing to remove ghosting items, but it makes other things too blurry sometimes, so I don't like to use it. So I'm just, now I know I can manually, because they're against that blue sky, I can manually take them out, no problem. But let's just see what happens here. That's a cool shot too, because you're right there, that little place where people walk down to the water. I like that. Perfect weather. It's like 70 degrees outside today.
Oh, wow.
North Carolina this time of year is sweet. Great weather. And lately we've been having very mild winters. I kind of prefer a colder winter myself because it kills off bugs and stuff that I don't like.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bugs.
No, mosquitoes can suck it as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I don't like mosquitoes one little bit. Yeah, so I got rid of them, but you can see there's probably a ghost image right here.
Oh, okay. I do
Isn't that
see
crazy? Isn't that crazy? Look,
Yeah.
I tried to take them out. I don't think you'd actually notice that if I left it. I'm not gonna leave it, but I don't think you would notice it. So I'm just gonna like carefully. I don't want to get into that at all, but like I'm just gonna carefully do this.
Clone it.
Yep.
With the sky. I mean, you know, I'm a sci-fi crazy person. I almost look like a riff in the sky. Like.
Yeah, I kind of like the effect, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, and just real quick, I'm going to show you something cool, too.
Okay.
A cool little trick in Photoshop. You really need to get on Photoshop, my friend, because, you know, you're paying for it, and it's not the kind of thing you can... You think Daz Studio is hard to learn? Photoshop is not the kind of thing you can master overnight. Anybody can use it. But to master it, the stuff you can do with it, and I'm not really even a master, and I did it as a job for 16 years. Okay, so looking at this, man, this looks good. Let me finish this one, and I'm going to go back and show you how to make a clone stamp using the shape, because we got such a nice crane shape. Again, I was not paying attention where the seam was. Normally, I will reference that and make sure that I'm not having to clone stuff across the seam. Content aware field. Let's hope this looks good. Okay.
Can you take images like that with a notepad?
A notepad?
Yeah, like an iPad?
Nah, you can't do an HDRI. I mean, in theory you could, but that's not a great camera. You can do it with an HDRI. I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do that later. The technology has changed. Like used to, you had to have a third-party app to merge the images together for you. But Photoshop does it now, like doing a manual HDRI. So the difference is you'd have the same light, but instead, like this right here would be all high res. So if I really wanted to zoom in on it or something, I could. But you know, in the context of using it for Daz, you don't. It's kind of like overkill. Most people really, because that's why we put like a that's why we put like a DOF on our cameras anyway, to make it look more like the real eye perceives the world. You know, if you're staring at something in the foreground, the back is not going to be super in focus.
Exactly.
Okay, so this was number what? Number 6, right? So we're going to do number 6, and I'm going to show you how to make a brush. Save as. Radiance file. Like, I sincerely expect you to be able to do these. You've seen me do it so much. Okay,
yeah, but you know how we're going to do it. I'm going to have my personal recording. Go for it.
Well, I just hope you watch those.
Oh, yeah. I watch them all the time. You know, while the computer's been loading stuff up, that's all I've been doing is watching the videos.
Okay, here's one that I think is pretty good. All right, check this out.
Came out really clear too, from that distance of an image.
Yes, they did. So, dude, 5, 10. Filter, image, exposure.
Did you build that outline behind it, or was that just the sky?
That was the sky. I just changed the
Oh,
colors
wow.
to get it to be like. So it's a little far away, but let's say this were a high-res image, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to just do all that. Fill that with, shit. Okay, so if this were high res, you could do this a lot better, but like I'm going to now take the pencil and I'm going to put a few more pixels in here where we're missing some. All right, so watch this. Define, select everything, define brush preset, BB crane. Okay, so you see roughly the size of that, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna close this. And now this is a giant image, which is 6.5K, right? 6K.
Okay.
Now watch this. See how big that is? If I go in here, I can take this brush and I can size it up to anything I want. So, bam, sucker. Oh, I actually don't have it right.
Wow.
I don't have it right yet. There was some gray left in that, so I need to fix that. But you get the concept, right? Like if I wanted to put a white one in here.
Wow.
Easy enough to fix. But anyway, I'll perfect that later, so it doesn't have the gray behind it. But anyway, that's how you would make a brush, you know, for a stamp and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's of interest. But okay, so now we're going.
Everything is.
Now we're going back to Daz Studio for number 6. Number 6. Pick up sticks for number 6. I'm tired. I think I'm getting a steak tonight, then. That should be nice. Go watch some P-Valley. I'm just kidding. I don't watch that shit. My wife would not be down with that. Okay. So I know that we want to have this like he's looking down in the water. There we go. See, angle of the camera is everything setting these HDRs up. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that right there a lot. Okay, so that's number 6. Render settings preset. I did not plan to spend my evening this way, but I'm glad I did because it's productive, you know.
Yeah.
Come back and put this much time on it again, and I'll be done with this product and be ready to market or sell outright. I always prefer selling outright when we can. Make that money, make that money.
Yes, sir, Bob. That's why I can't wait till next year. We get the poses out there, get the money, start buying cameras and stuff. I believe in taking money and using it to build better
I've
stuff.
totally done that, especially working with Les.
Yeah.
I mean, I've totally done that, dude. No doubt about it. So number 6. Why are we not seeing number 6? Okay, whatever. Render that. Well, I had to set my next dental appointment today, and they're telling me it's going to be like 6. And the reason I dropped off is because they hit you with this treatment plan. You know,
Yeah,
they
I
want to
just
sell
got
you
one
thousands of
today.
dollars worth of stuff that you don't really have to have right yet. So I'm in a place now where I got the money, and I'm not at need. Nothing's really hurt on me, you know. So I do have a cavity I'm starting to feel that they wanted to fix like a year ago. So I went ahead and made the old appointment.
Yeah, I just went to one today.
I know you told me, and I reminded me to tell you my story.
Yeah,
This is my story. That one looks good, dude. I want to work with a HDRI like that. That's really cool. Okay, so let's see if she's here. Oh yes, Lord Jesus.
came out perfect.
She'll be here in about 5 minutes. Okay. Whew. Yeah, that one looks good. All right, so maybe we can get one more. So let's see. We want to switch over to good old Photoshop and go to number 7. Yeah, you can get through them. It takes a hot minute to do it well, but you can get through them. There's a lot of bloom on this image. I don't know if it's just where I was at the time. A lot of reflection. This seems familiar. Have we not done this one already?
It looks.
Oh, we've already done it. We've already done it. So it's 8. It's actually all right. So,
Yeah.
So let's change the brush pattern. Okay, so number 8 is the one we need. Okay, so number 8. Don't be late. Make a rhyme anytime. I did some lyrics. I rewrote some lyrics today for a song I tracked vocals on, and I have it's kind of a Bruce Dickinson style from the Bruce Dickinson solo style song,
Okay.
and it has the lyric. I bet you've never heard this used in a sentence. This blood, crashes. Before this blood abashes and welds me to the spot. You never heard lyrics like that.
No, I actually haven't.
The word abash means to to freeze somebody with embarrassment, right?
Yeah.
Like when they say unabashed, that means the person has no shame.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is cool. This is getting out there at that weird location with the vines and stuff. I want to go back and shoot first thing in the morning on that beach, though, because the light's totally different then. It looked really more impressive. But you're always going to have a better HDRI the higher the sun is in the sky, but I did like the look of it in that early morning light. I still kind of want to exploit it for that, you know.
Okay.
crap! What? Let's try this again. Oh, I've already done that. What am I thinking? Da 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 da. Okay, just talking. Lost my focus.
I was thinking tonight, am I gonna do Greek pasta or hamburgers? And I decided I'll do both.
Hey man, that's what, when you live by yourself, that's what you get to do.
Yeah.
This is what the F you want to do. Where are you at on ramen though? If I was a single man, I gotta tell you, I'd be having some fucking ramen. It's not good for you, but it's delicious. And it takes about 1 minute to make.
Yeah, this is true. But then you can make ramen pretty good, especially when cause like I like to throw a lot of shrimp and
Oh man, ramen in Japan is a freaking delicacy.
and like like
Have you ever been
like sausage and everything.
You ever been to Japan?
Yeah. Okinawa.
The freaking ramen there. Okinawa is almost like a different country as far as
True, it is.
Many ways, but like the ramen, what they call Chinese food, is really just ramen with all kinds of cool shit on it. But it's a giant bowl, and it's like a lot of noodles and a lot of cool contents in there. I just loved it, man. Japanese style ramen, I miss that. Japanese style ramen and soba, those wheat noodles that were served cold. Oh man, I love both of those. I would eat the hell out of that.
Truthfully, I did not eat rice when I was a kid that much until I went overseas. And I came back. That's one of my favorite dishes, just rice. I can put anything in rice.
This is number 8, right?
Okay. And I'll die for some sushi right now.
Man, don't even talk like that.
Yeah, I don't even want to drive. I won't drive that far, not tonight. I'm like, dude. And they have a store here. It's called ATB. I used to work for them back when I was in high school, but now they have like a sushi section, and they have the sushi chef there making it right there.
Wow.
Which is pretty neat.
And a grocery store or a convenience store?
Grocery store.
Wow, that's super cool, man.
Yeah, naturally, they know me. Hey, Reggie's son.
Reggie's son.
It's crazy.
They couldn't, because of the way they roll the R, they couldn't say, all right, I'm coming. They couldn't say Brett very well. It was always Steven's son. First one worked.
I laugh.
All right, so check this out. This one looks really cool. I'm not gonna save it right now because I gotta kind of end this and go. But this is a really cool one right here. Getting out here next to this little jungle area, like I dig that.
Okay. You gotta show the peeps.
Oh, actually in Photoshop, aren't I? Isn't he? Isn't he?
Yeah, because you went back to Daz, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I'm looking at Photoshop over there.
Check this out.
Okay.
Dope, right? Look at that. You seeing it?
Yes. Wow. That is tight. I love that shadow down on the ground too.
Yeah, like extreme shadows make cool ones as long as they're not on your subject. All right, man. This has been fun. Fun way to fill the evening. Glad we got to do it. Glad you got to see me. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'm gonna peace out now, and we will. You'll hear from me again soon. Hasta lasagna. Don't get any on you. We'll see you when we see you. Have a good night. All right, bye.